Hey guys, NecroVMX here, and it's Sunday, and you know what that means. It means it has been a week since my question and answer announcement video. I got a lot of questions here to get through. Most of the questions that I was asked are viable. Didn't get any really stupid ones. So, I'm doing this video, or perhaps videos, it might go longer than 10 minutes, to answer as many of these questions as I possibly can, and I also want to thank each and every one of you for subscribing to my videos, watching the videos, commenting on the videos, and rating the videos. I love the amount of participation I get. I got a lot of great things planned. A little while ago I did a video mentioning a contest that I'm planning to do after the current contest is over, which that's, down the line. But I got a lot of great responses to that, and pretty much I decided I'm going to go ahead with that. I got something really, really cool planned for the last round of the current contest, the Guess the Video Game Music Challenge. I have something really cool planned. The prizes for the last 10 are going to be different since those songs are going to be so hard. Got a lot of great stuff planned. I love doing this for you guys. Some of these questions I don't love, but let's go through them. I'm pretty much going to do them more or less roughly in the order that I got them. I have a lot of questions here. Like, I have here the questions that I got last time, and, well, it was not nearly as many. So, here we go. Gaming Shadow 01 asks me if I've ever seen the original The Taking of Pelham 123 or the new remake. I actually have not seen either. I think we have the DVD sitting around of the remake, because my grandmother, if you guys remember the Christmas videos, if you watched it, I gave her for Christmas a Netflix subscription for 3 months, and I think that was one of the first movies that she got, and she let us borrow it. I haven't watched it, though, so I don't know. So, unfortunately, I can't really give my opinion on Taking a Pelham 123 because I haven't seen it, nor have I seen the original. Lol Pedo Bear, you really should have thought of a better username there. I just want to tell you that. That's stupid. But they have 3 questions. One is the weirdest food combination that you eat. Well, see, that's the thing. If I'm eating it, I don't really think it's weird. Probably, like, the thing that I eat that most people would consider weird is I do eat a lot of sushi, and there's one particular thing that's not like the typical, like tuna roll kind of California roll thing that a lot of people eat. There's one particular sushi piece that I enjoy that's, it's basically a single maki slice with caviar, usually flying fish or capelin. I think I prefer the flying fish. And what they do is they dump the uncooked yolk of a quail egg on top of it, and you just eat it in one bite. And I think the thing is, like, people think, oh my god, raw egg, you'll get sick, but that's generally chicken eggs, because chickens carry salmonella. Trust me, I know, I've had salmonella. There's actually a question about that somewhere in here. But quail is perfectly safe. It's you're only eating the yolk part, and it's basically it's the rice, the seaweed, the caviar, and the egg all together. It just really comes together. I think that there's a lot of people who would probably consider that to be strange. I don't, but that's me. I don't eat anything that I think is weird. Their second question is, what's my worst pet peeve? Probably just like really repetitive sounds over and over again, and the absolute worst is when there's a really repetitive, annoying sound, and then people start imitating it, and it's like, why are you doing that? Oh, but isn't that annoying? Yeah, it's annoying. Why are you doing it? Like, if it's annoying when you're hearing it, why would you start doing it also? I think people don't realize how irritating they are when they do. I don't know if that's my worst pet peeve, but when I read the question here, that's what popped into my head real quick, so that's what I said. And their last question is, if I could live in a video game for a day, what video game would it be? It'd probably be something along the lines of like the Elder Scrolls kind of thing. Like Morrowind, for example, because it's a really interesting game world, and you can see some sights, ride on a Silt Strider, that kind of nonsense. It'd be kind of funny. Then we move on to Mega Gray, long-time subscriber. He also has 3 questions. The first question is, have I ever thought of buying hardware to record from consoles like the Wii or PlayStation 2? I assume what he's talking about is a capture card. I've really not that much interest in doing a capture card Maybe sometime in the future. I've thought about it, but not something that I really want to do at this point in time. His second question is, do you plan on doing any Dragon Quest playthroughs since it's your favorite RPG series? The thing about doing playthroughs of RPGs is I'm very conscious of are the people, you guys who are watching, going to find it interesting? Because although my commentary is good and funny and everything, there is a lot to asking someone to watch a really long playthrough, like every video of a really long playthrough, and it not being repetitive. The longest playthrough I've done so far was Mario RPG, and that's a game that really does not require any sort of level grinding. Dragon Quest, I don't really think I would do any of the games without heavily editing, and then it's not that much interesting, because a lot of it really is level grinding, which I don't mind when I'm playing, but I think to watch me, go back and forth, and, sure, I'll talk about stuff, but I try and keep the video part interesting, too, when I can. So I don't think I'll be doing that. His third question is, what single video of yours are you most proud of? Well, my personal favorite video is the Garfield, A Week of Garfield video. It was so funny to me that after I stopped, I laughed for like 5 minutes because I just love the way that it came out. And every time I watch it, or even just listen to it, it brings a smile to my face. So, if you haven't seen the Garfield, A Week of Garfield on the NES review, not review, see, you guys got me doing it now too, commentary video, go check that out. The Green Goblin, that's my friend Hugh, has only one question, and it's a stupid one. How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? Well, that depends on the size of your tongue. Screw Limb Biscuit asks me 2 questions. Since you're a fan of Metallica, do you like Saint Anger? For those of you who are not familiar, Metallica, their 8th album, Saint Anger, was released to a lot of negative reviews, and very few people will admit to actually liking the album. I personally thought it was great. I found that the complaints that most people had were really, really petty. I think every song on it has some worth to it. It's certainly not their best album, but it's not their worst either. I like it better than I liked Reload. And also, I found that based on what I've seen with the Metallica fan community and the music fan community in general, was that at that point in the time, due to the problems that Metallica had with being overly litigious and the lawsuits that they had gone through and everything, and the way that it was hyperbolized and blown out of proportion by a lot of people, I think that at that point Metallica could have released the greatest album ever written, and that it would have gotten more or less the same exact response from a lot of the fans. So I think that they were just looking for something to complain about. I think anybody who doesn't get the album or thinks it's like really terrible, maybe they should watch the documentary film, Some Kind of Monster, and it really gives you a lot of insight into the amount of thought and effort that was put into that album and where they were coming from on it and why they did that sort of album. And I really feel that it's one of the most underrated pieces of music in the history of music, because it's something that people not only don't like, but they seem to hate with such a burning passion that I just wonder, I've never hated music with the kind of vitriol that you see in some of these online reviews. So, yeah, I do like Saint Anger, and I'm fully not ashamed to admit it. I think it's a very underrated album, and I think it's not even their worst album. His second question is, what is my favorite King of the Hill character? That's tough because there's so many characters that I really like. I think it's Bobby, though. There's a lot of me that can relate to Bobby, and there's a lot of me that kind of pities him in a way, and also I think that the whole deadpan humor thing that he does is very, very funny. NoobTube100 asks me if I've played Brutal Legend, and if I have, what's my opinion? I've not played it. You correctly guessed that it is the sort of game that I would be interested in, because it combines two things that I love, video games and heavy metal music. Unfortunately, I haven't bought it, and the reason I haven't is because right now I have such a huge backlog of games that I'm either in the middle of or that I've bought and haven't played yet, that I'm trying not to run out and immediately buy something just because it's something that I want. Because what's the point of spending a whole bunch of money if I'm not going to get to it for a while? So No, I haven't had the chance to play Brutal Legend yet.